Good morning, students. In this lecture series of transportation engineering, we are discussing about geometric designs of roads. In this lecture, we are going to discuss about construction of pavements. As we already discussed about the different types of pavements, there are two types: flexible pavement and rigid pavement. Okay, so let's start with the pavements. So, what is mean by pavement? Pavement is the durable surface material laid down on an area intended to sustain vehicular load or foot traffic, such as a road or walkway. It is of two types: flexible pavement or bituminous pavement or blacktop pavement, and second is rigid pavement or cement concrete pavement or white surface pavement. That means bituminous pavements are comes under flexible pavement and cement concrete road pavements are comes under rigid pavement. So comparison of flexible pavement and rigid pavement is as follows. In flexible pavement have low flexural strength, and in rigid pavement have more flexural strength. That means in flexible low and in rigid more flexural strength is there. Second point, in flexible pavement load is transferred by grain to grain contact. No such phenomenon of grain to grain load transfer exists in rigid pavement. Okay, in flexible pavement, third point, surfacing cannot be laid directly on the subgrade, but a subbase is needed. And in rigid pavement, surfacing can be directly laid on the subgrade. Then next, for in flexible pavement, no thermal stresses are induced, and in rigid pavement, thermal stresses are induced. Then fifth, expansion joints are not needed in flexible pavement and expansion joints are needed in rigid pavement. Design life is 10 to 15 years in flexible pavement and design life is 20 to 30 years in rigid pavement. That means rigid pavement is more life. In flexible pavement, initial cost of construction is low, and in rigid pavement, initial cost of construction is high. Maintenance cost is high in flexible pavement and less maintenance cost in rigid pavement. Road can be used for traffic within 24 hours in flexible pavement, and road cannot be used until 14 days of curing in rigid pavement. 10. Damaged by oils and certain chemicals, and in rigid pavement no damage by oils and other chemicals. Okay, here in figure you can see what is rigid pavement, that is cement concrete roads, and in second figure you can see flexible pavement, that is bituminous roads. Okay, then requirements of pavement. What are the different requirements are there for construction of pavement? First, sufficient thickness to distribute the wheel load stresses to a safe value on the subgrade soil. Structurally strong to withstand all types of stresses imposed upon it. Third, adequate coefficient of friction to prevent skidding of vehicles. Fourth, smooth surface to provide comfort to road users even at high speed. Next, produce least noise from moving vehicles. Next, dust proof surface so that traffic safety is not impaired by reducing visibility. These are the most important requirements of pavement. Next, impervious surface so that subgrade soil is well protected. Next, long design life with low maintenance costs. These are the basic needs of road pavements. Then types of flexible pavements. What are the different types of flexible pavements? Conventional layered flexible pavement, full depth asphalt pavement, and contained rock asphalt mat CRAM. These are the types of flexible pavement. Okay, in conventional flexible pavement, these are layered systems with high quality expensive materials are placed in the top where stresses are high and low quality cheap materials are placed in lower levels. Second, full depth asphalt pavements are constructed by placing bituminous layers directly on the soil subgrade. This is more suitable when there is high traffic and local materials are not available. Third type, CRAM, are constructed by placing dense or oblique open graded aggregate layers in between two asphalt layers. Then types of rigid pavements. There are four types: jointed plain concrete pavement, that is JPCP, jointed reinforced concrete pavement JRCP, continuous reinforced concrete pavement CRCP, pre-stressed concrete pavement PCP. These are the types of rigid pavements. First, jointed plain concrete pavement, constructed with closely spaced contraction joints. Dowel bars or aggregate interlocks are normally used for load transfer across joints. They normally has a joint spacing of 5 to 10 meter. Then next, jointed reinforced concrete pavement. Reinforcement do not improve the structural capacity significantly, but they are drastically increase the joint spacing to 10 to 30 meter. Dowel bars are required for load transfer. Reinforcements help to keep the slab together even after cracks. Third, continuous reinforced concrete pavement, that is CRCP. Complete elimination of joints are achieved by the reinforcement. Then what is the purpose of pavement? Why we construct the pavements? First, load support. Second, smoothness. Third, drainage. Four, all weather operation. And five, direction and guidance. Okay. Then flexible pavements. These are the pavements which cannot take tensile stresses which are caused due to traffic loss. These pavements change their shape up to a certain extent without causing any rupture. The strength of flexible pavements depends upon the different structural components of road on which area through surface course, base course, sub-base and to subgrade ultimately. Different flexible pavements commonly constructed are all type of bituminous pavements, gravel roads and WBM roads. Flexible pavements are so named because the total pavement structure deflects or flexes under loading, a typical composed of several layers of material. You can see in the figure. Okay. Structure of flexible pavement. You can see in the figure there are different layers. First, subgrade existing soil, then sub-base course optional, then base course, then surface course. These are the structure or the layers of flexible pavement. Load distribution in flexible pavement. You can see in the figure the different layers are there: subgrade, subbase, base, surface, and the load which is acted on the center portion. You can see in the figure. Then structure of rigid pavement. There are also some layers: subgrade, that is existing soil, sub-base course optional, base course optional, surface course, and longitudinal joint and transverse joints has been shown in the structure of rigid pavements. Basically, concrete roads are of rigid pavements. Then load distribution in rigid pavement. You can see sub-base rigid pavement. The load is equally distributed on the rigid base or layer. Okay. Components of flexible pavement. What are the different components of flexible pavement? First, seal coat, surface course, tack coat, binder course, prime coat, base course, sub base course, subgrade. These are the components of flexible pavement. You can see in the figure components of flexible pavement. Typical cross section of flexible pavement, natural subgrade, compact subgrade of about 150 to 300 mm, sub base course 100 to 300 mm, base course 100 to 300 mm, binder course 50 to 100 mm, surface course 25 to 50 mm, and seal coat, prime coat and tack coat has been shown in the figure. Okay. Then components of flexible pavement. These are the layers. Subgrade. The subgrade is the compacted soil layer that forms the foundation of the pavement system. It is also known as formation level. Okay, you can see in the figure subgrade. Construction of subgrade. A removal of topsoil if not suitable for subgrade or to match the level, removal of vegetation and other harmful material. Then C, lay down the soil in layers of 266 mm max. D, compaction of layer. After compaction, max depth should be 200 mm. Further layer of soil, compaction of layer. These are the construction of soil subgrade. Then preparation of subgrade. You can see in the figure or picture image how the subgrade is prepared. Then sub-base course. It is a layer of granular material provided above subgrade, generally natural gravel. It is usually not provided on subgrade of good quality. You can see in the image sub-base course. Construction of sub-base course. First, sub-base layer is constructed on the top of prepared subgrade. Then the sub-base material is spread to uniform thickness and specific cross flow. Next, the moisture content of the material is checked and additional quantity of water required to bring up the optimum moisture content is sprinkled at a uniform rate. And next, the loose subsurface layer is compacted by roller. This is the construction of sub-base course. You can see in the image how the sub-base course is prepared. Okay. Then base course. This is the layer directly below the surface course and generally consists of aggregate. You can see in the image. Preparation of base course. How the base course is prepared, you can see in the figure. Then prime coat. It is a low viscous bitumen emulsion, 60% bitumen plus 40% kerosene. You can see in the figure how the prime coat is prepared. Then binder course. This is the layer provides the bulk of the asphalt structure. Its main purpose is to distribute load. You can see in the image how the binder course is prepared. Preparation of binder course by using machines. The binder course is prepared. Then tack coat. It is the high viscous bituminous material, that is 100% bituminous, has been applied and the tack coat is prepared. You can see in the image. And last, surface course. The surface course is the layer in contact with the traffic loads and normally contains the highest quality material. You can see in the figure. surface course. Okay, and last, seal coat. It is the asphalt water mixture to seal cracks on surface layer. You can see in the figure that how the seal coat is prepared. Okay, so thank you very much. In this lecture we studied about construction of pavements, and there are different types, that is flexible pavement and rigid pavement. Flexible pavement comes, that is bituminous roads are comes under flexible pavement, and cement concrete roads are comes under rigid pavement. And we also discussed about the difference between flexible pavement and rigid pavement, and we also discussed about the pavement, construction of pavement or the construction of flexible pavements. Okay, thank you.